Let's talk about building quotes. If you're an estimator, a sales rep, or an office manager, you know it's often the most critical, yet completely agonizing part of the job. But as of July 19th, 2026, there's a brand new module called the Estimator that just shipped into the Quality Air OS, and it is completely rewriting the rules. We're looking at a system that builds complex estimates based strictly on your real company data, all through a simple, natural conversation.
Seriously, are you still calculating margins manually? Think about your current workflow for a complex commercial job. You're probably opening a dozen tabs, digging through old vendor invoices, cross-referencing catalogs, and crunching markups by hand. It's a slow, frustrating grind, right? And we all know that one tired typo at 4 p.m. can leave you eating a massive loss on a job.
Well, imagine replacing that whole agonizing process with just a conversation. That's exactly what this new /Estimator workspace does. You just chat with an AI assistant, tell it what you need in plain English, and it instantly drafts the quote for you in real time. It feels a bit like magic, but as you'll see in this explainer, it's actually a masterpiece of highly controlled software engineering.
Section 1. Meet the AI team. Okay, let's dive into this. Because when people hear AI building financial quotes, it's completely natural to feel a bit of anxiety. Let's look at exactly who is doing the math under the hood.
What you're actually interacting with here is the QA Estimator team. This is absolutely not some wild generative robot just guessing at numbers it found on the internet. Instead, think of it as a highly constrained, specialized back-office staff. It's a 4-role AI pipeline built strictly on your real company data. So here's how that internal 4-role pipeline breaks down. First, you've got the Part Scout. Second, the Price Analyst. Third, the Estimate Builder. And finally, the Margin Reviewer. It's set up just like a real office. The work is divided up so the right tool is doing the exact right job, with strict checks and balances at every single stage before a number ever reaches your screen.
To break that down a bit further, when you type a request, the Part Scout extracts your search terms. Then, the Price Analyst, which is totally deterministic by the way, zero AI guesswork here, searches your actual purchase history. Next, the Estimate Builder takes those hard numbers to structure the quote. And finally, the Margin Reviewer steps in. This is your ultimate safety net, folks. It strictly checks the math and flags any thin markups so you don't accidentally miss your cost basis.
Section 2. The Rule of Real Prices. Now, let's transition to the most important security feature of this tool. The developers knew that if the AI hallucinates even a single cost, you lose money. So they implemented the ultimate failsafe.
The AI Builder is barred from inventing costs. I really want to emphasize this point. It is absolutely crucial. The system is completely locked out of making up numbers. Every single figure you see is clamped server-side and must originate directly from that deterministic Price Analyst. No exceptions.
So, where exactly does the Price Analyst get that math? Well, it follows a very strict priority list. Priority number 1 is your parts backlog. That's the real last price paid from your actual vendor invoices. If it can't find that, it falls back to priority 2, which are your pricebook flat prices. Only if it completely fails there does it ever consult standard catalog costs. It prioritizes your real, on-the-ground economic reality first and foremost. But there is a catch here, and it's represented by the number 12. The system uses a strict 12-month recency window for your parts backlog. Think about it. A price you paid for a compressor 3 years ago is pretty much useless to you today, right? Inflation happens. Vendor prices change. So if a purchase in your history is older than a year, the system flags it as stale. It keeps it for historical reference, sure, but it will absolutely not let that outdated price drive your current quotes. Your estimates are always based on the modern reality of your business.
And it's not just the parts that are locked down. Labor costs are equally as accurate. Labor rates are pulled live, directly from your HR database's active field crew day rates. There's absolutely no guessing how much a technician or a subcontractor costs for the day. The system reads the exact current daily rate for the assigned crew, perfectly syncing your labor overhead with your actual payroll obligations. Section 3. Interface and Print View. And this brilliantly illustrates how all that back-end complexity transforms into a beautifully simple user experience. Let's take a look at what you actually see and interact with.
The workspace is set up as a really clean split-screen interface. On the left side, you've got your AI chat assistant. This is where your conversation persists. You can ask for adjustments, tell it to add extra copper piping, or swap out a unit. Then, on the right side, you have your editable quote draft. As you chat on the left, the draft on the right just auto-populates. You can literally watch the line items, descriptions, internal unit costs, and gross profit magically fill in. And since it's totally editable, you maintain full control to tweak anything manually before finalizing. Now here is a crucial reassurance for anyone worried about sending an automated document to a client. The system maintains a rock-solid firewall between your internal view and the customer print view. Your internal screen shows the whole shebang: raw costs, markups, labor rates, and your exact profit margins. But the customer print view deliberately hides all of that. When you hit print, the customer gets a clean, branded summary that only shows the scope of work, footage, and one bottom-line total. Your internal math is completely protected.
Section 4. Protecting your margins. Let's step back for a second and look at the big picture here as we wrap up this explainer, because fundamentally this technology is designed for one singular purpose.
By utilizing this highly constrained 4-role AI pipeline, you are turning what used to be hours of tedious, error-prone quote building into a brief, accurate conversation. You completely eliminate the manual lookup and the math errors. More importantly, you ensure that every single quote that goes out the door is priced profitably based on the actual 12-month reality of your vendor bills and live labor rates. It literally takes the anxiety out of the estimating process.
So what does this all mean for you? Are you ready to chat with your new back-office team? The /Estimator Workspace is live, it's safe, and it's waiting to do the heavy lifting for you. The only question left is, how much time and margin are you willing to lose by sticking to your old calculator? Dive in today, test out the AI Estimator, and let the real data do the work for you.